Hello! Today I'm going to tie a two-colored baitfish. It's not a very specific pattern, but I want to show you how to make this fly with two colors. I see some people have difficulties making this kind of fly, and I want to show you an easy way to make this fly. So follow on with the video and the introduction. Okay? Hello and welcome to Privars Fiskeflur. Today we're going to tie this little baitfish. It's not so very important that this baitfish, but the method I'm using to tie this fly. I'm going to show you step by step how I make this fly out of two materials and some ice and some glue and some thread and some flash, and voila, then you have it. Okay, I'm going to present for you the materials I'm using here. First of all, I'll take this fly out of the vise, and I'm using, for this video, I'm using this kind of hook. It's a Streamer 4. It's a brown hook, so it can also be used in freshwater and saltwater. The advantage of using brown hooks in saltwater is if you might lose your fly, it will corrode and fall out of the fish's mouth. Well, that's the hook. The ice I'm using on this is a 5mm 3D ice, and I'm gonna show you. For the belly, I'm gonna use this Congo here in white from Fly Ties Dungeon. I'm not sponsored or anything. I bought this from my own money. Well, and I got also this fell on the table. I got also this Baitfish Minnow Back Blue from Fly Ties Dungeon for the top color, and the flash I'm using this Pearl Web from Fly Ties Dungeon, and the glue I'm using on this fly is Liquid Fusion. Very good. Well, what's more, yes, the tying thread, ordinary white thread, 8/0. You can use whatever you might want to use. It's not so very special brand. Yes, and the coloration of this fly is made by two Pro Marker pens, one pink and one red. That's all, and well, that just leave us to follow on with the video. Okay, let's get started. I start with attaching my thread. Wind back, and I take the underbelly, the white Congo here, and just make a tail out of it. Attach it securely. Take my scissors, snip it off. You don't need that. And I take some flash. Use that braided kind of flash I have here. Pearl Web, they call it. Fly Ties Dungeon. And I just soak this flash a little to make it more pliable. And attach that one as well. This one I'm gonna cut and cut to size afterwards. And now I take the color on top and I place it on top. Like this. It doesn't matter if this is a little long, because I'm gonna have, of course, cut it to shape and attach it like that, and cut off this little stump here. Now we're gonna build the body, and I'm gonna show you how I do that. First of all, I take the underbody and I take it, if you can see, if I turn this hook around, and I take this bundle, double it over the thread like that, take it in my one hand and place it on top, and divide and take it around the hook like that, and attach this with my thread, some wrappings, and I turn it hook around again, and just in front of this white I take this top color and put it on top like that, and divide it, one on each side, and go further on and continue with the underbelly, turn it around again like that, and divide it, turn around, take this top color. You have to adjust the amount you take on this, and now and then, every now and then, I take some glue. I'm gonna do that now. First I'm gonna put some wrappings on top of this, and I'll take this glue here, Liquid Fusion, very nice, toxic free, seeps into this material, just let it stay there, turn this hook around, and you take another bundle of white and place it on top of this, just divide it and go further on, I got the glue on my fingers. Take the top one and go around the thread, attach it. Now you see there is some strands here and there. That's not important. Goes very good. Turn around again. Double it over. Go further on. Speed up the process now. Some glue again. Little dab goes a long way. And turn around and double it over. Of course, it's a very good advantage to have a rotation vise on this. You can see why. And take a small bunch of top color, goes around like this, and around again. And some glue again. Well, this seems a little tedious, but it's not so very hard to do. Once you know how to do it, just double it over. But this is a repeating process. Like that. Round again. See now, these two color flies building up. Two color baitfish, if you like to call it that. Maybe it's the name of this video is gonna be the two color baitfish. And some glue. And top colors, you see now there's decreasing in space on the hook shaft, so we'll soon be ready with the tying process. And some, of course, it helps to have prepared some pieces of material to do this fly. You cut off a bunch of pieces, just have them lying ready for the tying, or else you will be sitting there with a scissor in your hand and just do a lot of scissoring cutting. Well, I just have to finish this fly now. See, there is some strands here and there, but they're gonna be gone when I'm finished with my cutting, with my hairdressing. See now. Well, now we're getting somewhere. Well, I think maybe I'm gonna stop there and finish off with a little glue and some wrappings, and just take away all these materials and make a nice little head with my tying thread. This all's gonna be covered up with some more glue, and at least I take my whip finisher from Stonefall and just make a nice whip finish here, like that. Okay, see where I'm getting at? Put the thread aside, I'm not gonna use that no more. You see now, you have this very nice two-colored baitfish, and I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit. Well, as you see now, I just finished all my tying, and now I'm gonna do some hairdressing. I use a large blade scissor that's very sharp. I'm gonna start scissoring hairdressing on this fly. Today, to make that, I'm gonna take it out of the vise and try to show you. Just see now. Just have to put this the other way because I'm right-handed. You see now you have this. I start It cut off the length of the fly. I'm gonna start with cutting in an angle from the back to the front. Try to take it carefully, guys. Make a triangle form on it, and turn it around. Do the same on the other side, on the bottom side. Cut in a triangle form. See now, the fly is getting there. It's way too much belly. You have to cut off just some more. I like the belly part of it, just to cover the hook. And turn this around again. You see now it's very bulky, so I want to make it a little slimmer. Take some part of this top here, try to keep the shape, and now I'm gonna make a little round head, and like that. See now. And also I'm gonna take something on the sides, because I want this fly to be, well, not so very broad, a little slimmer. See now, it's hard to make it all visible on the video, but I try as best as I can. See, take out some bulk on this fly. Oh, I'm gonna, like I just poke myself. See now? It's looking good. Very good. And I can take a little more on the other angle. Now I take off some more. Some hairdressing has to do. Well, folks, what do you think? It's looking good. You have a strong, durable fly because of all the glue. I have not used any GSP on this, just an ordinary white thread, 8/0. Polyamide thread, I think it is. Pretty strong. And just have to, I'm not quite satisfied with the, be careful not to cut off too much at once, because you cannot put the materials back on. Now there's a matter of taste if you want the belly to be a little smaller, but I think that's okay for the video. See now, I put it back in the vise. You see now we have this flash in the back, in the tail. You have this white underbelly. You have this baitfish colored blue black on the top. You have the white head, and I'm gonna put on some eyes now. I think this will be just right, size 5mm. Don't ask me in the American measure of this, because I don't know. Well, I take out a little piece of this ice. This is yellow ice, and I take my liquid fusion again. Yeah, and a little dab on each side. We keep the ice in place. Put a little dab there. This is not a super glue because it will not stick immediately, but afterwards it will be very strong and stay there. And if you don't trust this glue, you can also put some UV resin or what we might have. I'm allergic to UV resin. In that case I use this liquid fusion. I think this is just as good. Well, now you see I put one eye on each side and try to measure out the other side. There is some glue coming out. Just try to not take on too much. And this other eye is gonna be just on the top of this dab here of glue, and use my scissor point to push it down into the glue. Well, it's maybe I can use my finger as well. You see now? You have put it each eye, one eye on each side. You can use your scissors, just push it into the glue. You can also, I forgot to do that, cut off a little area around where the ice is gonna be, because then you have it's easier to put on the ice. But I think this is very good. You see how I left some I'm gonna color this this head with the red color. I'm gonna find this permanent marker and I'm gonna show you. You see I have this pro marker, this bright red, and I'm gonna take color this head. Like that. It's looking nice. And you can also use this pro markers coming with 2 points, one small point and a larger one. And if you want to make some gills, you can also use that with the pro marker. Try to be careful not to touch the ice because it's not dried up yet, but see where I'm getting at. And also sometimes I use this pink on the lateral line, so you can do around the lateral line. Try to just like that. Try to be careful not to touch the ice again. Usually I use this when the eye is dried up. You see now, you can also just adjust this ice because the glue is not so very fast drying, but it's very strong. You see now, have this pink on the lateral line on each side that also cover up this white thread if you might see through, and you have a very nice fly. This is a very nice baitfish. A friend of mine just caught a sea trout on this on 4.5 kilos, or about well, it's about 8 pounds, I think. 1 pound is just about half a kilo, so it will be 8 pounds. Well, that's a little demonstration about how you can tie a 2-colored baitfish. There's a lot of ways to do that, but this is an easy one, I think. Fast one. Takes some time, but it's not very difficult. So that's all I had. And thank you all for watching my videos, and I hope you all will subscribe to my channel. You can hit the notification bell, and you will always get the latest videos from me. Thank you all, and bye bye.